Hey y'all. So today is a day about rising. Rising to the call, rising to the occasion, rising to the challenge, rising to meet self, rising to grace, rising for rest, rising for productivity. Just rising to meet myself where I am. And whatever that means for you. Maybe you are at a place in your life where you feel grounded and you feel stable and you feel present enough. In a lot of ways, I do feel that way. In other ways, I do not. One thing that is consistent is my fire and my drive. And I have been pushing, I have been driving. And it feels really good to be in the driver's seat, to move my own life and my own momentum forward. And for anybody who might be feeling stuck, who might be feeling unworthy, who might be second guessing, choices that they've made or making one choice, seeing it as the end all be all. I just want you to know, as long as you got another breath and another day, you are wealthy. You have another opportunity to create what it is that is closer to the image you hold in your mind. And so I encourage you to stay on your path, to stay moving forward, to stay lifting your head up, keeping your eyes on that target where you're going, because it wants you too. And similar to the law of attraction, I used to read a lot of the law of attraction and Asking It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks, Teachings of Abraham. And it's fascinating because the whole concept of when you focus on a target, it is making its way to you, and the minute you turn your eyes away from it, it stops moving. The minute I say something doesn't work, it's not working. And the more I grow, the more connected to my own divine power I feel. I feel it. I know it. Like sometimes I'll be chilling and I'll say something and immediately it happens. So I'm very careful to say what I don't want, because it will show up that way. And that's very true for a personal thing right now in my life, of saying I don't want something, but actually I do. I can't lie. I do kind of want that thing. So I gotta be intentional. And then I ask myself, well, why am I saying I don't want that? Like, what performance am I putting on for whoever's listening, or whoever I believe to be listening? And is that person listening so important that I'm willing to sacrifice what I actually want just for the sake of putting on a show and no more acting. No more. Just no. It is our time to step into the light, to step into our greatness, to step into our calling. And it is imperfect at times. That one foot in front of the other, one step in front of the other. It can be so imperfect. It can be so imperfect. One thing I do know, it is also worth it. And so, as I step into right now, we rise. When I'm tired, we rise. When I don't feel like it, we rise. Because similar to, I haven't even watched this video yet, but Myron Golden got this video where it says, even when it felt like it's not working, oh, it's working. So that's how I feel right now. Of like, people keep saying, especially people who are wiser than me and older than me, saying you on the right path and you moving in the right direction. You just gotta give yourself time. Like it's changing. It's fine. It don't happen overnight. And it's fascinating to me because sometimes I feel like I don't fully understand exactly how much needs to change in order for it to, until it starts to change and it reveals itself. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. This is what's supposed to change. Or this element that I overlooked, or like, dang, I didn't even think about that. But that actually has to shift in order for this monumental thing to take root into this present moment that I'm in, or that I'm stepping into. There's another channel I like watching too. Or recently, I don't watch the videos all the way through, but I like the vibe. You feel me? And one of the things he was saying, life hasn't caught up yet. He was talking about, he put on a piece of paper. I'm gonna get his name. I'm gonna put it on there. But he said he took a piece of paper and put it on the wall and said it was his silver plaque, platinum plaque. I don't know what the material is, but YouTube plaque, and said, this is me. Like this It just hasn't caught up. YouTube ain't sent it yet, you know? That's how it is, though. You got to walk as though it's already so, that it is, not like it is. Like, walk as it is, because it is. We just have to draw it into this present moment. I'm not an expert in manifesting, and I am my own expert in my own way. Even if I don't fully understand it or can't explain it, that does not negate my expertise in it. And so whatever your version of being an expert in believing in yourself and calling out your own excellence and stepping into what you know to be your best, and then rising more, even more so, to what's required. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Your World Within. And Eddie Pinero, he talks a lot about rising to what the difference between rising to what's required versus doing one's best, because sometimes doing one's best is not enough and more is required. And so I've really been rising to what's required and taking a very clear and honest assessment of what is actually required. Am I giving enough? Am I giving my energy in the right places? Is this actually guiding me closer towards where I want to be and what I see for myself? Sometimes the answer is no. And I have to readjust and pivot. Sometimes I be questioning, like, damn, am I putting out too much energy? Am I wasting time? What's happening? Then I just take that pause, take that breath, relax, just trust, have some kind of faith. So I just invite you to have faith in yourself and to love on yourself, because, baby, you got the sauce. Oh, the sauce is there. Just got to put in a little bit more time, or maybe a lot more time, whatever that is. Just keep showing up. It's so important to keep showing up. And one thing I know to be true for myself, the longer I step away from it, the longer it takes for it to come back to me. So the best advantage I give myself actually is continuing to show up in it. Even if it feels messy or uncertain. This is a great parallel to acting, because stepping onto the stage for the first time, particularly unique for understudies. Understudying a role is a very sacred task. It's sacred and it's special and it's significant, and it's more challenging than being in the lead role. Isn't that fascinating? Being an understudy is more challenging than being Being an understudy is more challenging than originating a role, right? Creating a role, creating a world, creating a physicality, creating a space. And it's this always having to be readiness, ready to step in, ready to have the back of the team, be there for the team, but also be chilling, because they may never call you, but they might. So you got to be ready. So there's this line from this one play I'm doing. He said, if you stay ready, you'll never have to get ready. Remember that, not just for the game, but for life. So I'm passing that on to us here, in that if we stay ready, we won't have to get ready. And that's not just an understudy role, but just any area of life that you working on and stepping into. Also, baby, listen, it's okay to let some stuff go and to not be as great. I'm speaking more to myself. There's some businesses that I started. I'm not saying that they are perfect. I'm not even saying that they're not. All I'm saying is, sometimes I feel like I bit off more than I can chew. I feel overwhelmed by it. And at the same time, it's still big and it's still a part of my life. So maybe that business has a place in my life. It's just not yet. So I'm giving myself grace in that. And I'm not focused on helping nobody but myself right now. Maybe in a peripheral here and there, I help some people get on their feet, get a clearer direction. But my offering, my advice, my wisdom, my time, my expertise, you got to pay for my time now. That's one thing I'm learning. Like, you got to pay for my time, and I have to be more mindful of how I'm giving it away and how I'm spending it. And so to make more room for myself, I've been very diligent and intentional about saving time for myself, saving my energy for myself, and pouring that into the things that are actually bringing me valuable, especially monetary, but valuable return. So as you step into this next chapter of your life, hold closely and dearly to what's actually lifting you up and progressing you towards that target that you see in your mind, because it's right there. And what you are seeking is also seeking you. So just continue to sow that seed, to nurture it. Victoria Monet, I think that's her name. Seeing her win that Grammy was very inspiring for me, because, I've been in this acting game for at least 15 years. So, it's inspiring to see that and know that, 15 years is just a marker in time. But we got to put in the work, and we got to put in that diligence. And eventually, when we get good at it, baby, even when we are good at it and the world don't see it yet, that's okay, because maybe we going to be even greater than what we believe to be great. And then we catapult and launch off of there. So, baby, just stay connected to yourself and know that you are loved and you are special. And everything you put your mind to, baby, it is done. And I love you. I do. Mwah. Take care of your soul, okay? And I'll see you back here. All right. Welcome to the family. I love you.